Padre Felipe.
Diego, what brings you from the cool shade of the Rancho de la Vega on such a warm day?
Have you heard about Doña Luisa and Elena?
It is very sad. I am praying that the Comandante's heart be softened.
The rancheros are up in arms. They feel the time for praying is over. I'm afraid it means bloodshed, unless we can persuade the Comandante to release them.
Have you thought of a way, my son?
No, only to intercede in their behalf. It is not probable, but possible he will listen.
Let us speak to him by all means. Sergeant Garcia, we wish to have a word with you.
Oh, buenas tardes, Padre. And do you, Don Diego?
Aha, my friend, too much vino. You have the head today, eh?
Oh, no, Don Diego. Only a slight wound received in the performance of my duty. That is all. You wish to see me, senores?
We wish to see the Senora Torres and her daughter.
I do not think the Comandante would like that.
Did he tell you we were not to see them?
Well, no, but...
Sergeant, the Commandante is a man of great foresight and brilliant planning, isn't he?
Well, yes, but...
If he left no orders forbidding it, then he meant us to see them.
But...
Sergeant, do you question the orders of your commanding officer?
Oh, no, Don Diego.
Good. Now, Sergeant, you can do me a favor.
What is that, Don Diego?
The inn has received 2 large casks of a new wine grown in the north.
Oh.
Now, I've made a small wager with a friend of mine that this northern wine is not quite as sweet as our own.
I don't know, Don Diego. It is cooler in the north and the soil more sandy. That, they say, makes for a sweeter grape.
The sergeant's reputation with wine is well known.
Wine, Padre, is, you might say, a hobby of mine.
I would like your opinion of this new vintage, Sergeant.
Well, such a request I cannot refuse. Admit the Reverend Father and Don Diego. Your permission, Padre? I shall report my findings at once.
You do wrong to encourage the sergeant, Diego. We're all weak one way or another. Help him resist temptation.
I have a genuine affection for Sergeant Garcia, Padre. At heart, he's a good man.
If his thirst for salvation equaled his thirst for wine, he would have been canonized long ago.
Diego! Oh, thank heavens you've come. I prayed you would.
I have a message from someone deeply concerned over you.
Father?
Benito.
What did he say?
That he was coming here and try to save you.
He mustn't. He'll be killed.
He seems to feel that you're worth the sacrifice.
He mustn't. Diego, don't let him.
I will speak to him. If necessary, I will order him to stay on the rancho.
Thank you.
It may be the first order that Benito has ever disobeyed. Doña Luisa, have you seen the Comandante since you were brought here? Have you been decently fed?
Not even water. We were told the Commandante had forbidden food or drink until after he had seen us.
And he refuses to see you?
This does not seem entirely consistent. But then when was consistency a requirement for military command?
Well, perhaps he will see us. With your permission, ladies.
Is there any hope? Can they make Monasterio free us?
Save your hopes for your father, that he can reach Monterrey and stir the governor to action against this monster.
Enter. Oh, Padre.
Buenas tardes. I bid you welcome. Well, the scholar again. And to what do I owe this pleasure, De La Vega?
I came with Padre Felipe.
Please. After the trouble you had last night, I would think you would be content to stay among your books.
People in trouble are everywhere. We came about Doña Luisa and her daughter.
I offer you the seat to your robe, Padre, but I will not discuss the prisoners. That is not an ecclesiastical matter.
The church is always concerned with its children, Commandante, not with legal distinctions.
You set a very lavish table, Commandante. But you haven't bothered to share it with your guests.
Minds are always sharpened by hunger. I'm giving the prisoners a chance to think over the consequences of their having helped Senor Torres to escape.
Do I understand, Commandante, that you intend to hold the women as hostages?
I am merely detaining them until they tell me the truth.
At the risk of paraphrasing Pontius Pilate, what is the truth?
Their full confession to the seditious acts and utterances of the traitor Ignacio Torres.
Sergeant Garcia begs to report, Capitan.
What is going on here?
Well, this man forced his way in, Comandante. It was only due to my great alertness and presence of
Do
mind.
not tell me how clever you are. I know. Well, you have something to say to me?
Please, Commandante. I came to see the Senorita Elena.
Oh.
You must let me see her.
You dare to tell me what I must do?
Benito's young and impulsive, Comandante. He's also in love.
And last but most important to me, he's my head vaquero. I can hardly afford to lose him.
Very well. It's not the game I'm after anyway. As usual, you arrest the wrong man. Let him go.
The wrong man, Comandante, but how...
Enough! I do this as a favor to your master de la Vega. But hear me well, vaquero. If ever again you mention the name of a Spanish lady with such ardor, you will wish you had been born without a tongue. Now, vámonos.
Hey, Comandante.
Baboso!
In one day, Comandante, you can do more harm to Spain's relations with the good people of this land than all our missions can undo in 1 year.
There are some advantages, Padre. When you teach the Indians the life of our Savior, you can always use the Comandante to illustrate the tyranny of Caesar.
You try my patience, de la Vega. Sergeant!
Yes, Capitan.
Padre and de la Vega are just leaving. Escort them to the gates.